What is up, everybody? It is episode 47 of the fAnaticZ podcast, and you know what it is. I'm Damien.
What I do, Scattaboo? It's Dylan.
And the Frankie is right here.
Heck yeah, and we're all back in action. Um, Episodes are doing great. We need you guys to push the views a little bit more, though. If you want to see us go a little further, it will
The
definitely help.
soul.
Come on, be the fuel to our fire, and I will promise that we'll step up the content. So, starting off in the world of college football, right?
Yes, sir. How about that? Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie, for once I was confident for ASU and it didn't really work out.
We gotta eat our words from last time, or I guess we gotta you know gotta be gracious in defeat, because yeah, that was bad, man. I don't even know what to say, man. It was like, what are we watching? Who is this team? It just was bad. Didn't look like ASU football to me, and you can't lose to a team like Mississippi State.
Not only that, but it's like they're gonna take any turnover and turn it into points, which
Yeah,
they did.
I mean, I call it a shell shock first half because we were down, 17-0 into the first half. So, pretty sure Kenny lit a fire under their ass because literally we had 17 unanswered and matched them. And what was it? It was a 9-minute drive in the fourth quarter that ASU just ran down the ball, right?
yeah, yeah.
And then
It's
we only
crazy.
passed the ball once and then turned into six. So, hand the ball to Mississippi State with roughly 50-ish, 45 seconds left around there, less than a minute for sure. And the thing that gets me the most is we had zero safeties drop back, and we had everybody man to man blitz, and fastest guy on the field. What do you know? Torches us. And if I don't know if we had a better call on the defensive side, I feel like we could have had that game secured in the bag if it did go to overtime. But
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
hmm
Well,
Arizona sports, baby, let's go.
Gotta get it done.
the thing that stuck out to me, it's like I thought the way considering ASU played against Texas this past season, I didn't think Mississippi State would be the issue that they were, but you got to tip your cap to Mississippi State because they're honestly looking the best right now that they've looked since they had Mike Leach.
Yeah, but still, I mean, with the expectations and the ranking of ASU, you gotta beat them, no matter how good or you
Especially
know.
after you just had the run of your life.
Yeah. So the ASU loses their ranking as a result of the loss. I think that's a little harsh, but kind of deserved. So that should be a big thing of motivation for them, though, getting that ranking taken off of their name. So
I
hopefully
still
they
can't.
rise up.
I still can't believe Sam Levitt not only had under 100 yards passing, but had two interceptions and was 10 for 22.
They had a
Yeah,
bad game for sure.
that final drive to redeem himself. We didn't even move the ball not even 5 yards. First play, throws a god awful throw for interception, game over just like that. So
And the thing is, you can't fault it on the running game because Brown and Udo showed up. Between the two of them, they had over 200 yards rushing. The ground game was there. Arizona State just couldn't do shit through the air.
Bad execution. They'll get it right.
yeah, so far the offense is not a problem in the run game without Cam Scatterbill. So that's back to back games of 200 plus. So
The passing game has to get. I mean, the passing game has to get better. Especially you have more weapons than you did last year. If you want to be honest,
Yeah,
I
for
don't.
sure.
But they, I just chalk it up to it's a big learning experience. I'd rather have them get hit in the mouth right now at the beginning of the year as opposed to getting all the way to the end of the series season and then get knocked out right at the end. At least now they have a chance to redeem themselves, build themselves back
Oh,
up. The loss was a fluke.
sorry, that was my hip giving out because I'm old. That was nuts. I never felt that before. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, but just leave it to Levitt. Levitt to leave it. Whatever you want to do with that. But he'll get it done. I believe in the kid. He's allowed to have bad games. Every quarterback is. Um, Yeah, it's just more. It's more than just him. The passing game is more than just the quarterback. So
Right.
the receivers got to run to the right spots because people think that the quarterback is like tracking the receiver. Every quarterback is like, "Hey, we've practiced this 1,000 times. When you get to this place, I'm throwing the ball to this area of the field. Whether there's a defender there or not, my guy should be there, ready to catch the ball." So maybe there's some of those things that they got to get used to between quarterback and receiver. Because Sam hasn't played a lot of time with all of these guys. I mean, there's some guys coming back from years of playing with them, but there's also new faces and
Right.
people that were injured for a lot of the last year. So you got to get that feel back. You got to get that mojo. When I mean, it's the second game, so I'm not gonna go super crazy, but that was concerning though. I am concerned.
I feel like against Texas State, they have to make a statement. Like, they have to show that, all right, Mississippi State hit us in the mouth. Now we have to get back to what we were doing last year. And Levitt definitely has to redeem himself because with the last performance, I think he kind of dropped himself out of the Heisman race. But
Eesh.
at the end, ASU just needs to get back to playing smart, disciplined football and not shoot themselves in the foot.
That spread's 17.5, so they're saying that we can beat them by 3 possessions. So
The thing about this is the good part about it is maybe we don't need to have a Heisman, hunt going on, or maybe we don't need to be thinking college football playoffs. Maybe they just need to think about winning the games like we were last year. They were just trying to be gritty and win. Now we're like got all these expectations, and I think it's like don't try to be too fancy. Just win the game. Who cares about how it looks?
You definitely can't do what U of A did last year.
No.
Speaking of, they've definitely. I mean, granted, they've only played Hawaii and Weber State, but they've looked pretty convincing in both wins. And tonight against Kansas State, I think we're going to see kind of what kind of team we can expect going forward the rest of the year. I think, especially Noah Fafita looks a lot better already going into the season because, as Dylan can attest to, dude did not look comfortable last year. He did not look good, and he lost an NFL level talent. For him to ascend and look better already than he did last year, you know, I'm encouraged. I'm excited that I can actually watch a game on TV tonight up here. And I think, seeing as it's in Tucson, Arizona's got the talent to get it done. I'm curious to see how they contain Avery Johnson. It's going to be hard to do, but Kansas State is 1-2, and both of their losses are by 3 points. So it's going to be another dogfight.
well, I hate to break it to you. Your boy took Kansas State money line, so it's not gonna happen. Sorry, bud.
That's so
We'll
funny.
see.
First real team you guys are playing this year, so
We'll see. At
They
least
look good. Go ahead.
I feel like, at least if nothing else, it's going to be a lot closer than last year's 31-7 thumping.
Yeah, I mean they look good, but like you said, Dylan, they haven't played anybody that's supposed to be actually good. So,
But I'm
uh,
definitely excited. We got a bunch of guys that are ready to go, have shown that they're ready to go to work, and we just got to take
but
it a step at a time, especially once we hit Big 12, season. That's when we're really going to find out how tough these two Arizona squads are.
for sure, and give Arizona credit. Unlike ASU, they're gonna go and beat the people that they're supposed to beat. So, you know, maybe they will get it done.
Well, it's
big
going
revenge
to need to
statement
be
with for
done.
ASU. So I expect them to win by at least 21.
Jeez, I don't expect them to
Ooh,
get clobbered
okay.
Well, the spread's 17.5, so at least by 3 possessions. So
What's your Levitt stat line?
my Levitt stat line, if he has a good week, I say 17 for 28 for 210 and 2 tutties and 30 rushing yards.
I was gonna say, I feel like as long as he can get back to playing smart football and not turn the ball over, ASU's gonna win convincingly.
Yeah, no, I think ASU will win too. I don't know about 17.5 points. They just haven't been living up to expectations. So I think they can win by a couple touchdowns, but I wouldn't put money on anything more. And same with U of A. I think they'll win by a couple touchdowns.
Now, I tell you what, in terms of ranking college football, I've got some interesting games that could be some interesting upsets. You got South Carolina against Vandy. You got Clemson and Arkansas. And then you have Alabama and Wisconsin.
I have another. Tennessee over Georgia.
Ooh.
In
See,
Tennessee.
Is Alabama an upset anymore?
Bro, they're dog shit now, though, Nick Saban.
Yeah, like are they even an upset now? Like I kind of expect them to lose with how bad they've been.
damn. And I
They've been
mean,
trash, bro.
Wisconsin's generally a good program. So, I mean,
Yeah.
just to see, it's just so strange to see Alabama number 19. And then you have somebody, you have a team like South Carolina who's now number 11. And freaking Beamer ball is absolutely insanely good.
There's another good the top 25 matchup, that Notre Dame game, but I don't remember who they were playing. It's like 16th rank or something.
But yeah, no, I think South Carolina is definitely on upset watch with Vandy this year.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it happening. Sheesh. I mean, bigger upsets already have happened this year, right?
100%. Like nobody expected Florida State to thump Alabama, especially after the year they had last year.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, is this real?
And it's just like Kalen DeBoer's freaking office chair is warmer than hell, I can imagine at this point.
Oh, ain't no warm. That thing is scalding. I mean, the people, if you watch any Alabama fan, there's a lady, they asked her if she won the lottery what she would do. She said she would get rid of the coach and the AD
Oh, like you know what's funny? It's
for
uh
ruining their football program.
the freaking AD is still freaking Greg Byrne, who used to be Arizona's AD.
That's so funny. That makes sense why he's stinking up the place.
It really does, though.
It's like, bro, why would you hire this dude?
Dude is a worm.
Dude, imagine that cycle of emotions. Like, you get the job at Alabama, you're so elated, your life has changed. You know, you're like, yes, bro, Ty, everybody loves you. And then you start losing these games, and then the death threats happen. Wait, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Dang.
I'll
Yeah,
go
no.
and post. I'll go and post, and I'll like edit myself.
Saban freaking
Exclusive.
made the world turn upside down.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, I couldn't imagine going from like prominent every year, like nobody can touch you, to like getting destroyed. Like,
Yeah, and
On
it's
a
just like
consistent basis, too.
yeah,
it's to teams that they shouldn't even like to unranked squads.
yeah.
That's the most wild part of it.
You're like making school history for others, like younger, smaller schools by getting beat like that. Pretty
And
bad.
it's just so funny because if you look back at everything before the timeline, before Saban announced his retirement, Kalen DeBoer was doing great things at Washington. They just made a national championship game. Jed Fish was doing good things at Arizona. They ended up beating Oklahoma that year. And then Saban, it's like, I'm done. So DeBoer goes to Alabama. They're not as great anymore. Washington is kind of dog shit right now, and people are pissed. And then you have Arizona that's kind of like trying to find themselves again. But it's just funny how one freaking thing can throw off the trajectory of so many people.
Yeah, for sure. For
And
sure.
it also makes that statement true. About the grass always being greener on the other, or not always being greener on the other side. These guys are figuring that out. That hey, yeah, that's a great profile job, but the pressure is unlike anything you've ever felt before.
Yeah, I mean, Now in these days, in the NIL days, it's not going to be the same Alabama. You don't have that same advantage. Like, hey, we're so much more known than these other schools. These other schools would be like, yeah, but we'll give you $3 more million, man. How about that?
Well, shoot, I mean, you definitely know how wild the NIL has been because you have Georgia basically being like, good riddance, Carson Beck, and it's like Miami's like, all right, we'll take him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would never happen without NIL.
Yeah. The
These
dude's
kids
a
want to go to.
championship winning quarterback, and he just gets disposed of like he's a freaking, e-cigarette.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
Hey,
I mean,
but
good for him because I mean, it still works out. Miami is good. Georgia's still in the top 10. And Dylan, interesting call earlier with Tennessee over Georgia this weekend, I believe.
Yeah, sir.
Man, I tell you what, I look at the fact that Tennessee and UCLA ended up swapping quarterbacks. Tennessee could not have gotten the better end of a deal if they even wished for it.
that's crazy. Just swapping quarterbacks like that in college is just nuts to me.
Well, and it's insane because Nico was Tennessee's quarterback last year. They were good all year, but Nico, had some really rough games in, crunch time. And then you basically fast forward a year later, UCLA looks like dog shit. And then here's the guy that was casted aside by UCLA, and he's running Tennessee like he's freaking, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that's what you got to do though when you get the opportunity. Sometimes it's not the player, it's the people that don't believe in him putting him in weird positions, you know.
It's amazing it's amazing what NIL has done to just recruiting in general.
I know I'm jealous. If there was NIL when I was in high school, I would have tried my best to become a professional athlete.
Dude, if NIL was in my wheelhouse, like right after I was done playing soccer, I would have been like that manager, be like, "Yo, you want a hip manager? I'll be the hip. I'll be the hippest manager in the NIL. Give me some money."
Shit, let me play. Let me play. I'll go back to school. Let me be a student again.
Those
I saw
those
like
were the
a
days.
I saw like a meme or post or whatever. Like there was like this 67-year-old like Florida student in the marching band. I'm like, and he was a freshman. I'm like, God, bro.
That's hilarious.
Good for him
I
though. He's
know.
living his
Cross,
best life.
Well, it's
man,
never too late to follow your NIL dreams.
It
that's
really
so
isn't.
funny.
That's
I'll
why I'm
go.
gonna be
I'll go play
playing
some lacrosse. I'll go play some lacrosse. Some lacrosse, mate.
At that point, if you're 67 years old, you might as well reach for the stars and play golf at this point.
Right? Why not? That's a great age to golf.
I was gonna
Hmm.
say,
No woman should.
get them shoulders taken care of
Or you
early.
got that Derrick Henry stamina at 67. You can play tennis
Oh
Oh
man,
yeah, for sure.
at 67. Yep.
That's a lot for a 67-year-old probably though.
I tell you what, I don't want to imagine a 67-year-old that's built like Derrick Henry.
That's so funny. That'd be
Isn't
crazy.
someone's fantasy team playing like a bunch of 67-year-olds?
That's so funny. I think mine is. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude,
Oh goodness, what a week that was!
sponsored by Metamucil.
I know it was like that this week, and he starts off the week with 1.70 points.
Dude, oh my god, I should have just fucking left. I thought it was a good play, and then it's just like,
Who was it?
eh.
That Commanders running back, McCroskey, whatever.
Oh, Jacoski Merritt. It was a good play last week. Yeah.
I know, and I was like, I got this. And then Green Bay's, showing out like the best team in the league right now.
Yeah, that's why I chose them for the pickups. I'm like, yeah, I know Washington is good, but they're still high off of getting Micah Parsons, and they're like playing like it.
Oh yeah, that's
They're
like
good, man.
the whole
Jordan Love
defense.
is he's finally playing like a real quarterback again. I don't know what happened to him
Well,
last
not
year,
only,
but
not only that, but like he's got a whole freaking revolving door of young, talented receivers that can go up and get the ball. It's a shame he lost one of his guys, though. Yet, this past week to a broken collarbone. But
Yep, still a dangerous passing attack over there.
I
I
think
know.
Golden's going to be up there for Rookie of the Year.
You think so?
I think so because Jordan Love's going to use him very frequently, and then you got of course, tight end is ridiculous.
Yeah, Tucker Craft.
Yeah, Kraft.
Dude, I got him as my backup tight end in a lot of leagues. I don't know about ours, but I was like, how is this man still on the board?
Right. That was my mindset about it. But the dude can ball. But
Yeah,
man,
it's cool. It's good.
I'm
It's
just
good.
excited. I'm just excited that we're deep into football. We can have these conversations. We can talk about whatever, and then we can have fun winning shit again, and actually
Yes,
do our pick'ems correctly.
that's what it's
All I
about.
know is I'm going 2-0 after this week. Derrick Henry low-key carried me into a week 1 win because I only won by like 8 points, like 115 to 107.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I still had, so get this, I still had the second highest scoring team after week 1, and my bench literally went off. Like everybody had at least 10 points on my bench,
yeah.
which is crazy. So I'm like, alrighty. So we could be a deep squad over here.
Yeah. No, I got bent over by Jack, and so far with that play with Merritt, not the greatest start this week, but as long as Jamar Chase and AJ Brown show up for me this week, I have a chance. Because next week when we kind of review the standings for the first time, your boy is not going to be 0-2.
There you go.
Oh, he's already making that call against you, Damien. He's
I
saying he's gonna go
know.
1-1. You just gonna take that?
No, I'm gonna support him because I mean,
Oh,
at this point, he needs it, and because it's gonna be pretty bad. So I want to pick him up now. So when he loses and it's all bad and it's all gloom and doom, I can be there and be like, "Remember, I believed in you." So
and he's
I'm
gonna
with
be on
you.
the greatest. Oh, he's gonna be on the greatest 0-2 comeback tour.
There it is.
Dude, I'm gonna get. I'm gonna give
My
that
team is just
Dion.
too good.
I'm gonna give that Deion Sanders / Remember the Titans speech.
There you
Bro,
go.
the fact that Dak Prescott only got you nine points and you still won is crazy.
Yeah, I
Right.
think it was 7 points, 7.82 or something
Oh,
crazy.
goodness. Even
I
worse.
I don't think AJ Brown and Jamar Chase got me a combined five points last week.
Yeah, that won't be the same this week.
Like that was just something at work that we've never seen before.
No, maybe you got out of the way early though, so that's good.
Anybody notice how Trey McBride's momentum just like completely slowed down in the second half?
Who?
Yeah.
Trey McBride, because that dude was hauling me reception points. Because Kyle just kept throwing him, and then after the second half, it just stopped. I'm like, bro, I need more points. Like, come on.
I mean, to be
Dude,
fair though, Kyler is dealing with that bug.
I don't even think it's that, man. I just think the way the plays are being called are just
But
bad.
Pets
I've
is
been trying to
wacky.
give Drew Petzing as much benefit of the doubt as possible, but like I was watching some film breakdown with Kurt Warner. He was just like, "What is this play calling?"
Right.
So yeah, I I'm starting to like be like, okay, we need to throw the ball like more out of different sets than what he's doing. I just don't think his offense is good. We've seen Kyler Murray ball out. Like even though it was streaky with Cliff Kingsbury, like when he was on, we always went over like 2 something, multiple touchdown throws, multiple explosives down the field to D Hop. Now he's Kyler Murray is not like he's not as fortunate as Carson Palmer and Kurt Warner were. I mean, they had fucking like Anquan Bolt. Well, Kurt Warner did. Anquan Bolt and Steve Breston and Larry Fitzgerald in his prime. You can have deficiencies everywhere else if you got those three monsters. And fucking Palmer had even like we don't have someone like Smokey Brown that can create separation
Oh my
and
god.
and totally be 20 yards away from any other defender to where it's like just throw the ball in the sky. He's the only person over there. It's a touchdown. We don't have that on our team. And that's why I'm happy that we getting Simi Fehoko on the active rosters because he can do that. a little bit more than the guys we have. So we need more speed breakers, and I think we'll be fine.
No,
I
you
don't know
have
how we got
like
into the cards.
I mean, as you mentioned, the fact that things were working out just fine in the first part of the game, and then he just completely, abandoned it, especially in the second half. Because Marv was balling out super early, so I'm just like thinking, it's like, okay, we got a chance that we're going to see that 100 plus yard, 2 touchdown receiving game. Kyler Murray's going to break out, in the rushing game, which I mean, almost 40 yards on the ground is not bad, but and I know he was dealing with the whatever he was, but it's just like the offensive play calling just disappeared in the second half. It's just like they were playing to preserve what they had instead of they took their they took the pedal off the gas instead of just continue to play the game. Don't worry about the score. And like I said, they were worried about protecting what they had instead of going for more. I felt like.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
have clearly seen that the Saints never let the foot off the gas. And in the second half, I mean, the fact that they had that one more chance with 45, they almost literally pulled an ASU when Spencer Rattler, I mean, he had a decent game. Kudos to them. I mean, the Saints saw that they can actually win a game if they just corrected some things, and we were just the sample rats to show them that. But when he threw that ball to in the end zone, I don't remember who the receiver was, but when Buda Baker just rattled him, dude, when the ball just barely came out, like
Game
if
winning
that
play
didn't
right there.
happen, who would have known that overtime outcome would have been for the Bird game? So
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff is like we're in a lot of good positions on drives that stalled out, but third down we get a penalty, second down we get a penalty. Now it's second and 15, third and 18, and there's no way to convert that. So if we and most of the penalties were on Isaiah Adams and the offensive line guys. It's like, bro, y'all can't be jumping every game 3-4 times a game.
Right.
That's 2 drives. We could have possibly even gotten field goals on that put the game out of reach to where that last drive doesn't even matter. So
Right. It's just like you take good mojo out of the game. Benson only had 9 carries the entire game. What like he needs to be fed more. But if you have those penalties where you take a potential 2nd and 4 and turn into a 2nd and 14, then you're kind of less likely. You're going to take the running game out of the equation until you can gain some of that yards. Those yardage back, especially considering where you are on the field.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense to not give Trey Benson the ball more times.
He had
He
almost
had
70 yards on 9 carries.
Yeah, it's just like he had 8 carries for 69 yards. Like, yeah. In the second half, we weren't getting any running game going either. It's like, dude, why does Michael Wilson, Zay Jones, Elijah Higgins, and Dortch all combine for 4 catches, dude? James
That's
Conner
because
had 4 catches by himself. We need to get those guys involved at least 2 or 3 times a game,
right.
so the defense can not just bear down on Marv, not just bear down on Trey. Like Michael Wilson needs to be a threat. He
We
is a
need
threat.
we need to use those 4 receiver sets.
Yeah, exactly. We just don't have we don't have enough personnel. Uh, we have enough personnel, but we're not using them at all. They're not on the field. There's 12 people on the field, and 2 of them are Tip Ryman and Trey McBride most plays. You know what I mean? It's like we can't always have just a big running formation going. We got to throw the damn ball.
Well,
Kyler Murray is not limited like people think he is. He was 21 for 29.
right.
He could throw the ball 7, 8 more times, please. He'll go over 200 yards. He'll have 3 touchdowns, and it'll make the offense way more balanced. We ran 20 times, and we threw the ball 30 times. Not bad, but it's like, why we have so few plays? We won
Right.
the game, and they had more snap. They had more plays than us. The Saints had let's see, total plays. They had 69 total plays, and we had 61 total plays. And we had the ball for we all had the ball for almost 10 minutes longer than them. What the hell is going on?
That's insane.
How do
That's
they run more plays in less time? and it shows because they're getting down the field, they're getting first
Right.
downs, you know.
They're
So
not
I
making
don't
the
know,
most of opportunities with the ball.
just not. It shows that we're not being very efficient.
That defense did let go in the second half, though. They seemed pretty bend and don't break type attitude in the first half. I mean, did you see right out the gates that hit Calais Campbell had on Alvin
Yeah,
Kamara? Right
yeah.
out the gates, man. I'm like, welcome back home, big fella. I mean,
Stopped him right
So
in
did Will
like,
Johnson. Well, I mean, that was in the second half too, but Will Johnson's big hit. I mean, it's
yeah,
there
dude.
in
He
the
rocked Chris
defense.
Olave super hard, and it was legal. It was a beautiful football hit.
Yeah, so it's there. I mean, I just don't know what happened for us. Because I feel like we played a lot of soft coverage, which made him
Yeah,
get down the field a lot easier. So
yeah.
Well,
I feel like they weren't ready for Spencer Rattler scrambling,
you
which is
also
weird
notice
because
how um that Max Melton was getting thrown at a lot that game. They kept targeting Max Melton.
yeah, they did. And
So
dude, I know we were ripping Max Melton, but like everybody else seems to think he did a great job. Like I was
oh, bro,
watching
they like he
JG,
gave up so
Jonathan
many.
Gannon was like, yeah, Max Melton did like they were talking about Will Johnson. He was like, yeah, and Max also did really well. And every time someone was talking to anybody on the Cardinals about Will, they also wanted to say yes, Max had an awesome game as well. It's like, did he? Because I mean, and then I kind of looked back and I'm like, he kind of did. Anytime your defense allows 13 points, that's less than 2 touchdowns in the National Football League. You chalk it up as a dub.
see, my thing with him, I think, was just the fact that he committed a penalty on a interception ceiling would have been drive. But other than that, after a couple plays where he was picked on, he did pick up quite well.
Yeah, I think so too. I also would say a lot of people don't even blame him for that pass interference call. I originally did, and Jonathan Gannon said he goes, "Yeah, he would have had an interception too if his buddy didn't have his hands up." So I think he thinks the call was on Max Melton too, but he didn't. He wanted to emphasize that he thought Max played well, and they're young corners, and he said
But
that he was making them do a lot of stuff. So he feels really good about going forward. I'm presuming against better teams.
right. And what's nice is, I mean, even with the amount of injuries we've had hit our, defensive back room with, we lost our one of our captains, Blunt, the other day, but just with how much talent we do have, like we can pick up, plug in, and we're still fine just because we're loaded with really young guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it does suck to lose Joey Blunt, but like you said, we got the personnel to replace the production and hopefully get him back when he's back to health next year. I guess right. It's a season ending thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that sucks for us and it sucks for him as well. So hopefully he gets well soon.
So what do you get? How do you think? So with how things looked this past week, how do you think we're gonna look? Especially since we're coming back home for the first time this year, and we get Carolina, who basically ruined our playoff chances last year.
This will be just like the Rams game we had last year that I went to in September. They're gonna boat race them, dude. They're gonna beat them by like 20, 30 points.
Oh, you think you think Murray's gonna explode?
I think
he
that the team
should.
will. I think that the team will do well. I don't know if Murray will have the same type of game he had against the Rams because he went crazy in that game. But I think that yeah, like Dylan said, he should. There's no reason why he should not. And
They had like 9, 10 months to sit on the couch and think about that game. So
well, funnily enough, that I watched Kyler Murray and Jonathan Gannon, and they both said that they don't even think about that game at all. They're both like that was last year, which is what they have to say. So not like I actually like fully believe it, but it's like
Right.
they're like it's a different team. They got different personnel on the front. You know, they're like well the same personnel on the front, but like different players all around in places, and it's different. It's the same
Right.
scheme. Jonathan Gannon basically said every year it's a new team, new people, new situation. But yeah, we definitely we know we want to beat them. because last year he didn't like the way they played Bryce Young. He said specifically, he said, I thought that he killed us with his legs. He got out too much, and we were doing a good job on him. So I'll be happy to correct that situation. So hopefully he'll have a better game plan for Bryce Young, because he was murdering us last time we played him.
Well, we got a better defensive front and defensive back, so hopefully.
Last year we also allowed Hubbard to hit 152 yards on us.
We talked about that too. He said, Hubbard's a good player, and we have people that can stop him, so we will. Pretty much paraphrasing what he was saying, but
for me, this is definitely a must. We need to stuff BY as much as we can, because he didn't look like, as much as I thought he was improving and taking that step last year, especially towards the end. The game against Jacksonville, I don't know if it was just, season jitters or what have you, but it kind of looked like he regressed a little bit against the Jaguars.
Hey, the Jaguars are their defensive front is pretty good, and that gives me hope, because our defensive front is pretty good. So we can put pressure on them like they pressured them. Like I said, I was gonna go to this game, but instead I went to the Chris Brown concert last night with my sister. So I was gonna go to this one, but I was like, fuck it. I hope that they boat race them though. They boat race people when I'm in attendance, so that's why I wanted to go. But we'll see what happens. I think they're gonna smash them, as they should. If they don't smash them, and it looks like sluggish offensively, then I'm gonna start to be concerned.
Right, yeah, because this is definitely that game where you at least have to find the end zone 3 or 4 times.
Or at least move the ball very fluently the whole game. Like, no 2 quarters of what are we doing here,
That and no shooting ourselves in the foot on the offensive line and stalling drives.
Yeah, and 1 penalty, cool, but 3 or 4, that's when we're that's game-losing stuff. It's already super hard to score a touchdown on a drive, but when you add a penalty to those drives, just 1 penalty, it goes down below 20%, way below it, so.
Not only that, but it's if you switch things up, teams are going to figure out that if you're only going to use guys, like Marv and Trey and nobody else, they're just we're just going to be one-dimensional and go nowhere. What Pets needs to do is bring guys like Wilson and Zay out, mix them in, use them as decoys, whatever. But just especially we paid Zay Jones $5 million to come back. So why don't we freaking use him?
Yeah, that's my biggest issue with Patsing, and I think that if we have a good season, we make the playoffs and we win a game, and it's still bad offensively, they might fire him. Not right now. I think if everything stays the same and everything goes bad this year, Patsing and Jonathan Gannon will keep their jobs and Kyler Murray will go. But if Kyler Murray flashes more than not, and we still the offense just is the way it is now, and he's only getting 170 yards per game, and we're still winning and stuff, I feel like they'll be we have another gear we can go to, and you're not unlocking it,
Yeah.
So hopefully he can figure his job out, because I'm starting to get sick of it was a good game. I'm not gonna say it was the first game of the season, so we can't really say this is what the team is gonna look like each time out yet. But I would like to see them play with the confidence they speak with, because they all talk about how good we're gonna be and how much we could do this or that. Well, I wanted them to play like that on the field, and they do, but it's in flashes.
Right.
And that's not good enough anymore.
Yeah, it's we talked. You had that really nice, opening in the first half and everything. We're just all right, hey, so it looks like we could easily, put 30 plus on the board, and then everything kind of stalled. And then in the end, we're fighting for our, we're just fighting in the end of the game, trying to win the game, and yeah.
So, I think we wrapped that game up pretty nicely. You want to, and we talked about the game this next week, right? Do you guys want to do pick'ems? I know that usually takes a little good minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Is there anything else you guys want to go over before that?
Honestly, I just wanted to mention that it's nice that with everything that's happened the entire year, injuries, coaching, you name it, guys being let go in coaching, the Diamondbacks are now only 3 games back from the last wild card spot, and they face Minnesota tonight, who only has 64 wins. So if we can sweep this series, you know, great. But just kudos to the Diamondbacks for fighting all the way through everything that they've dealt with this year.
For sure, they deserve some respect because them to still be alive after what happened, and the little skid we got on after the trading Gino, it's pretty impressive. So big ups to them, big ups to the offense, and big up to the pitchers. They've really been stepping up. So
I can only imagine where we would be if we'd still had Corbin Burns.
Right, we might be doing something. We might be a real playoff team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But are we ready for some football?
Right. Week 2 of the NFL season began yesterday, I guess, when the Packers and Commanders squared off, and me and Dylan both got it right that the Packers would win and the Washington Commanders would lose. You can't beat the Packers at Lambeau Field, baby.
Nope.
This next game is going to be on the 14th, which I guess most of these games will be on since that's Sunday, and that will be the Giants and Cam Scatterboo going into Jerry World to face the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to go with Dallas. I'm not going to waste no time. I'm not going to bull jive and give a bunch of reasoning. Dallas, I think the quarterback situation in New York is just not, you can't overcome that. What about you, Frankie?
I mean, as much as I talked last week about how I think New York has a really good chance defensively, they got a really nice group there. Neighbors is a good piece offensively. Love Scatterbo, but New York is just not there yet. As much as I want to see Dallas lose, I think Dak and just the way they looked against the Eagles, I think they win this game no problem. It's gonna Dallas for me too.
I'm gonna roll the G-men. You guys see how horrible that run defense was immediately without Micah Parsons? I mean, granted it was Saquon Barkley, but it sucked. Whether it's Tracy, Cam Scat, Russell Wilson's old legs, or whatever it is, plus you got Malik Neighbors, that defense is still improved. So I mean, Dallas had their little joyride to open up the season without Micah Parsons and all that. But I don't know. Give me the Giants.
Bro, it's
All
so
right.
bad that not even 2 games into the year, the fans for the Giants already want Russ benched.
And rightfully so. He's washed. Just kidding, Russ. If you ever watch this, I was a joke. But Dylan, are you writing this down?
I am.
All right, nice. So next game takes place all the way in Pittsburgh. The Steelers host Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. I'm gonna roll with the home team. Seattle, not Seattle. Do not put Seattle. Pittsburgh, the Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if what we saw from him was a fluke last week. Even so, I'm willing to bet on him versus Sam Darnold and the Seahawks because, I mean, they look decent against San Francisco, but though both teams are so bad, you can't tell what was going on there. So I'm going to go with the Steelers. Dylan, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna need Steelers defense to definitely step up for me. -2 points is unacceptable in fantasy football. They just added Jabril Peppers, so they just keep adding and adding.
That's a good.
Nonetheless, I feel like they could clean it up. It was week 1. A lot of teams did some funky stuff week 1, but I'm still gonna roll with the Steelers. Still not sold on Aaron Rodgers yet.
Me either.
Broskies, as you guys alluded to, will the real Aaron Rodgers please stand up? Because last year the dude looked washed. The first game this past week, he looked like he was right back in the thick of the MVP race. He brought Pittsburgh back no matter how many times it looked like the Jets were going to take over the game or finish the game. He brought them back. So kudos to Aaron Rodgers. He's got some nice weapons over there. The defense is going to show up for them real soon. And then I just don't, especially seeing as it was a really low-scoring game between San Francisco and Seattle last week, I didn't see enough of Seattle to give me any hope that they're going to be any better than the third or fourth team in our division this year. So give me Pittsburgh as well.
Nice. A little sweep to start the action off. Next one takes place in Tennessee, where the Tennessee Titans take on Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. Hate to do this, but I got to pick the Rams. The Rams just figure out ways to win games they're not supposed to win, and the Titans figure out ways to lose games that they are supposed to win. So I'm going to go with the Rams. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. What about you, Frankie?
But no, I'm going to take the Rams as well, but kudos to the Titans. Nobody gave them a realistic chance last week. I thought they were going to get completely blown out of the water. They hung with the Broncos and honestly looked pretty decent for a majority of the game. They're definitely going to be a lot tougher than people think, looking at the schedule. But how could you argue with Matt Stafford when you have Nakua Adams and Kyron Williams? Give me the Rams all day. And that defense with Verse, freaking Ward's going to be running for his life.
Keeping short and sweet, going on with a sweep.
Keep it real.
Bird.
Next one will be in New York, where the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets face off. So New York on New York action. And I am going to go with the Jets on this one, surprisingly enough. Big swings, right? They took that very close loss to Aaron Rodgers and them last week. I believe in this team. The Bills can't start like they started against the Ravens because everybody's not going to – I love the Ravens, but everybody's not going to let you back into the games like the Ravens do. The Ravens are known for letting people come through the back door and win games like that, or at least cover heavy spreads. So I'm going to go with the Jets. This is more of a jump out of the window type of pick, but I can see it happening, so I'm going to go with it. What about you, Dale?
I'm going to go with the Ravens.
How? You mean the Bills?
Oh, yeah, the Bills. Sorry, I was thinking of the fucking game last week.
It's all good.
I was looking thinking about the game last week while you were talking, low key. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, the Bills. Jets played a good game last week, but it's just that defense, and then they got lucky as hell last week, but they won't get lucky again. It's gonna be a better game out of the Bills. So give me the Bills.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's never doubt Josh Allen. Last week, I was talking about how this was Lamar's year. Every time you count Josh Allen out, he comes back. The Bills, as long as he's playing, are going to be in the conversation. Coleman and Shakur are looking like good complementary receivers, and Cook's a hell of a running back. I definitely love the fight that the Jets do show this year, though. Justin Fields is a starting quarterback in this league, but I just think the Bills are going to be a little too strong for the Jets.
I got to give you guys one win a week per contract. All right. Next one is going to be Patriots going into Miami. I hate this game. I don't want to pick the Dolphins. But Lord knows I don't want to pick the Patriots either. Man. I just can't see them having a bad game like that again, so I'm going to go Dolphins. What about you, Frankie?
Man, I took it on the chin last week. I thought the Patriots would win. Stephon Diggs didn't look horrible in his first game, but there was a guy on the Patriots that stole the show. I'm going to roll with him one last week. I don't know why, but I just don't believe in what's going on in Miami right now. They don't look
so bad.
Tyreek Hill is not happy. Who knows how disoriented Tua is. Mike, Daniels looks like he's dealing with daddy daycare right now. I'm taking the Patriots again, 2 weeks in a row.
So apparently the Dolphins had a players only meeting. So I'm assuming that's a lot of bad going on right there and frustrations reflecting off of that. So because of that, I feel like Dolphins could be in some serious trouble this season. Think Tyreek's gonna be gone by midseason. So they're just not a good situation right now, and I don't think McDaniels can get it locked down. So give me freaking not the Dolphins. I drew a fucking blank. I'm fucking tired. You guys already know my shit
Patriots.
sleep last night with the baby. Yeah, Patriots.
All
Okay.
right. You said Dolphins. That's a concern for you right now.
Nah, fuck. I'm drawing blanks, bro. I'm fucking tired.
I want to change my pick so bad, but I'm not gonna. So next one is Jaguars and Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Jag. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow. I think the Jags had their good game last week, and they're gonna come back to earth against the Cincinnati Bangs. What about you, Frankie?
I'll tell you what, freaking Etienne had 143 rushing yards last week for the Jaguars. This is coming from a guy that I didn't even think would have, still be the starting running back. So that's definitely coming off, last week's win for them. But I think you're not going to see Jamar Chase or Higgins have the same Dudley performances they did this past week. Burrow's going to at least hit each of them for at least 80, 90 yards. I think Cincinnati's going to win this a little bit more than one this week. Give me the Bengals. Sorry, flowing hair Lawrence.
Is Joe Burrow even alive after last week?
Yeah.
Everybody see all the shots that he took?
Yeah.
Dude, like if he's gonna just keep taking sacks like that, I mean Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are gonna have to combine like at least 200 yards together. And plus that defense is still not that great. Um, but yeah, I'm still have to go with Bengals nonetheless on this one though.
Is that sweepy time?
I guess
Hmm.
so.
Sweepy.
This next one's gonna be tough. 49ers.
Oh,
Mac Jones led 49ers because Brock Purdy's injured.
oh
Versus
my God.
the New Orleans Saints.
Break out
And
the.
New Orleans. We just saw the Saints take on our Cardinals, who I believe are a better team than the 49ers. Ooh, controversial take, but I do think it's true. And they lost. Oh no, they won. The Cardinals won, but it was tougher than we thought it would be. And with Brock Purdy out and a lot of receivers, I mean they got Kendrick Bourne, who was Mac Jones's top target in New England, so they kind of knew what was going to happen. I don't know. This is tough. It's very tough for me. Um, Spencer Rattler surprised the hell out of me last week, and I just don't think it's going to be enough though. With Christian McCaffrey, oh George Kittle's out too.
Yeah.
Damn. Woo! I don't know if I can choose the 49ers on this one. Damn. This is tough. I think I already jumped out the window too much though. So I have to go with the 49ers to like stay on course. But I just don't think they're gonna win this game. Matt Jones, I'm gonna hitch my wagon to you this week, Mac Jones. 49ers. Let's go. Dylan?
Mac Jones. I am not a believer in the Niners. It's too much. It's like last year. Too many injuries to upheld. It's going to be a slow domino effect. Till Brock Purdy comes back, they may not be winning much games. So I'm not taking the Niners. I can't take them.
Bro, I can. the the 49ers receiving room is a deeper revolving door than a freaking gas station at night, man, dude. It is. And then you got Mac Jones freaking thrown to whoever's coming through that door. I feel bad for 49er fans right now. No, I don't. Fuck the 49ers.
I was about to say why.
yeah, like
Uh,
nah.
I would love nothing more. This team is going nowhere without Brock Purdy. Mac Jones, the tires are already flat. Give me Spencer Rattler, Kamara, and
Sheesh.
two Saints.
I think this week is gonna jack my record up. That's okay though. If it goes the opposite way, I'll be far ahead. Um, let's
Marty.
go. The next one is gonna be the Browns in Baltimore versus the Ravens.
Now we're
Oh,
on the
Um,
Ravens. Let's go.
yeah, let's just get it over with. Raven sweep for everyone. I'm picking for you.
woo!
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens big time.
Dude,
Then the next one is Bears at Detroit. I feel bad for Caleb Williams. Um,
dude. Hutchinson is going to eat his lunch and dinner,
I'm gonna go with Detroit. I mean, they kind of have to win.
bro.
Uh,
They can't go
they
0
can't lose
2. Hell
there.
no.
Huh?
They can't go 0 2 after the way last year went. Hell no.
Oh no. Especially the way the first game went. They looked like frauds in that first game. It was pretty bad. So they gotta have show some balls.
They go
Well,
0 2. Dan Campbell's gonna have to actually go to Applebee's
that's
and
so
apply
funny.
for a job.
Damn.
But that's funny.
But no, the funny thing, like you guys mentioned, like Detroit, way too much talent to go 0-2. The thing is, like I mentioned, Green Bay is, in my opinion, the best team in the league right now. So there's no shame in. If I'm Lions fans right now, I feel a little bit better watching them destroy Washington last night. So Green Bay is my pick to win their division, but in this game, the Lions, especially at Ford Field, they're going to be wanting to kick somebody, and unfortunately, it's the Bears. And Caleb Williams is going to be eating dirt, courtesy of Aiden Hutchinson. Lions all day.
Nice. Beautiful. The next one is the Broncos at Danny Dimes and the Colts. I've already jumped out the window far too much, so I'm just gonna pick the Broncos because that's what my head is saying. My heart wants to go with the Colts,
Battle
but
of
I
the
could never pick the Colts, so I'm gonna go with Broncos. Dylan?
Every time I pick the Colts in any way, shape, or form, they always look like a high school team. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
Not so fast, my friends. But no, I honestly, I was very surprised the way Indianapolis looked last week. Granted, it was Miami. They look like fried fish. Not good at all. But I believe in Indiana Jones. And given the fact that the Titans moved the ball a little bit on the Broncos last week, made it a little more of a game than it should have been, give me Indiana Jones and the Colts in the Battle of the Horses.
Let's go. I love it. Hey. Next one is it at the Cribbo, Glendale, Arizona. The fearsome, undefeated Arizona Cardinals take
First,
on
baby.
the Carolina Panthers. I think we're all going to Arizona here.
That's a weepy,
Um,
weepy.
I'd be surprised if
I'm not going
somebody
against them yet, gents. Not yet. So
not
Andy,
yet, right? Dylan
not
hasn't
yet.
turned the
My
trade around
infamous
his
not
pick
yet
yet.
picks for the Cardinals.
Next one will be a Super Bowl rematch in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, yeah, Mahomes boy, the GOAT, will go against Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hopefully, AJ Brown will put up some points for my boy.
seriously.
He's gonna need it. Um, I like the Chiefs a lot, but I just don't. I don't see them beating the Eagles.
Yeah, if they go 0 2, this game, besides the Cardinals, this is the game that gets my attention the most because
That's
one of
it.
these teams will go 0 2.
No, the Eagles didn't lose, fool.
Huh?
The
The
Eagles,
Eagles,
my guy.
the Eagles won.
They lost to the Cowboys.
No, they didn't. They beat the Cowboys.
What the heck?
Oh shoot, I'm fucking tired.
You're in an
Just fucking
alternate
fire me right
universe.
now.
And the Cowboys played better than we thought they would, but they didn't win. But that's okay.
I'm
Yes.
tired as fuck. Cancel
You
me.
know what? Listen, man. It's okay. The Chiefs. I don't know about the Chiefs' last performance. It was very weird. Very weird.
The Chiefs are cheaters.
It's hard for me to pick against the Chiefs. They're 0-1. They but they lost to the Chargers. They were kind of getting smirked at first.
They could not stop Justin Herbert.
They were getting smoked at first, and it's really weird. But man, do I want to pick the Eagles over the Chiefs? I think at this point I kind of have to. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I was making it harder for myself because I really do want to pick the Chiefs, but I just think the Eagles are better right now.
Right.
So
As long as Jalen Carr doesn't spin anybody's face.
yeah. What about you, Frankie?
I'm sorry. Like I'm salivating Kansas City going 0-2 because I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for them to go back to the days of Brody Croyle where they are dog shit in the basement all over again. But unfortunately, they're just going to be 0-2. They're going to find themselves back in the AFC race. But give me Eagles. Whatever beef Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown have going on, they got to figure it out because a lot of people are going to be very PO'd. But as long as you got Saquon, that's really all you need. Handing the ball. But for the Eagles OC, you need to feed your receivers.
Eagles sweep.
Wow.
Kansas City with the
I think a lot of people
Listen,
want
I
Kansas
wanted to
City
pick them
to
so
go
bad,
into.
but I just don't believe in them enough. Their running game isn't good.
Well, it's just like on any given week, you don't know who their top receiver is going to be.
Yeah, it's there's too many question marks there. The next game is Michael Penix versus JJ McCarthy in Minnesota. This is tough. You know, I picked the Vikings last week, I think, and they won, but it was was it a roller coaster ride? Michael Penix looks really good right now. But I think the Vikings will ride the momentum off of that first win. I think that JJ McCarthy won't throw the ball into the ground a bunch of times when TJ Hawkinson is literally standing right in front of him wide open. But yeah, I think JJ McCarthy will get the nerves better. He told Jed when he walked to the sideline after that horrible pick six, he said, "Please don't give up on me, man." And Justin Jefferson said, "Don't worry about it, bro. I got you." They're locked in. So I think that will build a lot of confidence for both of them, and they'll go out there and beat the Falcons. Frankie?
You know what? I think Michael Penix is going to get his revenge game from the Washington, Michigan Natty.
Wow.
I just like what Atlanta's doing right now. Penix is looking good. He's going to get his two top receivers back. They need to unlock obviously Kyle Pitts, but we've been saying that for 4 years.
Yeah. And who's gonna unlock Kyle Pitts? He needs to unlock himself, bro. Seriously, because he's been locked for too long.
I like Bijan. He's probably one of my favorite non-Cardinal players in the league right now. Dude's electric. I like Atlanta. I think J.J. McCarthy's got a strong career, but just given the fact that they had to sneak by the Bears, it just doesn't give me that much confidence. And seeing as the Falcons were only a couple plays away from knocking off the Bucks, give me the Falcons.
I'm taking Vikings. You can't forget the name of Brian Flores.
Right?
So,
That's why I
and I
took him.
think JJ McCarthy is gonna take his strides and progress throughout the week. So,
Awesome. We got 2 Monday night games.
Wicked.
Monday night also happens to be my birthday, so happy birthday to me.
Hell yes, sir.
September 15th, a legend was born. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
And
Yeah.
also, what will be taking place on the 15th will be the Buccaneers in Texas versus the Houston Texans. What a creative name for a football team. We're a Texas-based football team. What should we be, guys? Everybody else has cool mascots. Let's just be the Texans. That's great. I love that. Um, I don't think I'm gonna pick against Tampa Bay the entire year unless they play the Cardinals or somebody I think can beat them. I don't think the Houston Texans can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's my explanation, and that's what I'm gonna go with. Dylan.
I'm rolling with the Bucks too. So hopefully Emeka Egbuka, if I pronounced it right, gets another solid performance like he did last week because he wrote my bench, so I have him on my flex. So go Bucks.
Tampa's offense is absolutely absurd. You have Irving as your running back. You have Mike Evans. You have Egbuka now. You have freaking Godwin coming back from injury. This and
Hey, wait. I'm not gonna let you forget about Kate Otten. Everybody never says Kate Otten, and Kate Otten's a huge part of that offense.
Mr. Cotton Otten
Yes.
with the tight end spot on lock. The Bucks have a very, very attractive offense. And Mr. Evans is honestly the guy that's carrying the torch for Fitz in terms of consistency right now. So give me the Bucks. As much as I think, CJ Stroud's a great dude, great quarterback. I the Bucks are running on all cylinders right now.
Monday Night Football, 7 o'clock my time. Chargers go into Vegas to play the Raiders. Is this a rivalry game? I don't know. But Raiders versus the Chargers. I'm trying to think about the Raiders defense because I wanted to do the Raiders because they're at home and da 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 da. But I just don't think their defense can stop the Chargers offense. It
Besides
just
Max
look,
Crosby.
yeah, they got that's one dude, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mad Max.
it's tough. Brock Bowers didn't practice. Not like Brock Bowers makes that much of a difference. He's kind of overrated. No offense, but it's not his fault that they don't use him like they're supposed to use him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Jim Harbaugh here. I'm gonna go with the Charger Roonies. Yep, Chargers. Dylan.
Same. I'm rolling with the Chargers too.
Yeah, I just think, especially offensively, Herbert finally has that consistent set that he's been waiting for his entire career. He doesn't just have one guy that he can throw the ball to. McConkey's there, freaking Allen's there, and freaking Johnson showed up. So I think he said the Chargers might I say this? The Chargers might be one of the teams to beat in that AFC West this year. Kansas City could be bumped from the throne.
I ain't ready to go there, but they're definitely gonna be a contender for a playoff spot right away.
Like I said, Herbert finally got his guys.
I was never the biggest Herbert guy in the world, but I think I'm being proven wrong. I think it's one of those things where it's a system problem, coach problem, not a player problem with Justin Herbert.
Hey, you
I'm
guys,
gonna be betting a lot of Justin Herbert overs with Jim Harbaugh. So
Oh yeah, I love Jim Harbaugh. I've always loved both the Harbaugh coaches. Like you guys know, my second team is the Ravens, so I've been a big fan of the Harbs for a long time. They're intense, good football humans.
100%. But hey, this weekend, boys, we go 2-0 as birds, and hopefully we all win our fantasy matchups. Well,
That can't
can't
happen. That's not a possibility
can't
outside of the league. Yeah, I'm rooting for you, Frankie.
but hey, next week we will start recapping and
We
talking
will.
about the standings in our fantasy football group. And like I said, hopefully your boy isn't 0-2.
Yeah, and speaking about recapping, since we just wrapped up our first week of NFL pick'ems, let's recap last week's how it went down. We don't have to go through each and every game. Let's just give out records so we can just say it on the record.
Yeah.
You got that info right, Frankie?
Yeah.
All right.
So last week, both Dylan and Dame went 10-6.
Let's go.
And your boy went 9-7.
It's not bad. It's just one less game.
And then, of course, already starting out with this week, they are 1-0, and then I am 0-1 with the Washington dud.
Hey,
we need a better week 2 for Frankie. So
that's so funny. Hey, Frankie. Well, week 2, the games are set up to where some wonky stuff could happen.
Right.
Like, imagine the Jags beating the Bengals, or the Saints beating the 49ers, or the Colts beating the Broncos. That can totally change the rankings like that. So,
right.
It's that's why it's fun, man. Every week will be a roller coaster. I'm sure I'll have my donkey week.
So much fun.
It won't be fun. But hey, guys, if you guys want to join this type of stuff, be a part of the fantasy league with us, like many other people from the group have. Please join the group, Arizona Sports fAnaticZ, on Facebook. It's an awesome group. There's a lot of people in it. There's multiple chats about each different sport, and you'll find your Arizona sports family there, or you'll find someone to argue with. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
For real. We're almost 15K members, so
We are 15K
yeah.
strong. Let's bring some of those family members over here.
Yeah, come join the club. There'll be more incentives and stuff in the future. For right now, we're just doing this for the love of Arizona sports, and if you love them too, help us grow. It's only good for the sports. It's only good for the state, and it's only good for us and y'all to get as many perspectives on this thing as you can.
100%. We love doing it, and maybe someday we will be sponsored.
Oh no, ain't no maybe. We'll definitely be sponsored one day. We just gotta keep going, and yeah, it'll happen. Because look at our handsome faces. How could you not sponsor these guys?
If you would like to sponsor us, inquire.
Yeah. Hey, we're not asking for sponsors, but we're not denying them either. We are asking for sponsors. We want them right now. But we would love it even more if you liked, shared, and subscribed to the podcast, because that really will help us grow. And it's worth doing because it's good content. So thank you guys for always tuning in, and I guess we'll catch you guys next time.
And then one of these days, we will figure out what the hell happened to Jag.
Yeah, that's something we gotta square away too. We gotta figure out what's going on with Jag.
All right.
Later, guys.